Yep, there you go. Okay, all right, we're started now. So welcome everyone today to our show called Coffee with Colleagues. Today I have with us here Ms. Tia Rowland from our Habit UK site. Welcome, Tia.
Thank you.
Can you introduce yourself a little bit to our colleagues around the world?
Yeah, so I'm Tia, obviously, and I'm 21, and I'm currently the materials controller for our Habit site in the UK.
How long have you been with us?
I've been with you for just over 3 years now.
Yeah, I reckon you're one of the youngest staff members we have around the world.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
I'm definitely the youngest here anyway,
so
which I
so let's
love it.
let's dive into that a little bit more because okay, youngest here. I think I know most of the management team over there. Yeah, good guys.
Definitely my dad's age.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna say that, but yeah, okay, all right. So how is it working with them? Like, how do they treat you? Or do they make dad jokes?
All time.
Oh yeah.
You've got to do the polite giggle, like, haha, yeah, good one.
Who's the worst culprit?
Yeah. Ooh.
Let me tell. I hope it's the one I think it is.
To be honest, it'd be a mixture, I think.
Who's the worst? Come on.
It's between Mike Hawes and Rick.
Really?
Yeah. Rick's
Really?
always making dad jokes, always.
Rick Eaton.
Yeah.
Dad jokes.
Yeah.
I would have thought Andy would have been the dad joke.
Oh no, his are actually somewhat funny.
His is oh okay. Or so what you're saying is Rick and Mike make jokes that aren't funny. That's the thing. Okay, I get that. I get that.
I
Yeah,
didn't
yeah,
get that out of my mouth, guys. I'm just saying. Can't
yeah.
put words.
Understood. Yeah, the team you have there, your dad's age, but all good guys. Fun
Lovely.
fun guys, right?
Yeah. No, I love
Uh,
the dynamic we work with. It just works.
it
Just
does. It
works.
does. Yeah, but yeah, it's good to have some more female representation in the group for sure. I think um, in the manufacturing industry itself, there aren't enough females in there.
No, I
Um, so certainly, I think we need to push for more of that. Yeah. So power to you. I think pushing for that. Like I've got a daughter. For me, where I definitely want to push her towards a science and engineering technology field itself because I think it's needed.
Yeah, well, I did animal management at college.
Yeah.
So I had no idea that this industry even existed. It only just happened that I saw this job going. I was like, oh, great, yeah, I'll go for that. And
Okay.
here I am 3 years later,
Yeah.
moving up, and I know quite a bit about it now. It's
Yeah.
quite interesting the more you learn.
Oh yeah, it's very interesting, and it's it's the backbone, right, of a lot of industries itself, whereby every product needs electronics. It was very clear in COVID. It was the electronics industry that was vital, essential.
Yeah.
The ventilators that need to be built, all the medical devices that needed to be built. Like even right now, we're in the midst of designing and manufacturing a device that helps disinfect hospitals and malls and offices. It attaches to another robot. And for us, these type of products really hits home how essential we are to the world.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's crazy because I see it everywhere. Everywhere you go, you're like, yeah, that would have a PCB. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Very cool. It's
No,
very cool.
it is very cool. It's very like you go into any type of product, you kind of start thinking, oh, plastic inside. I wonder how much this PCB is going to cost inside, right? Oh,
I bought a Hoover. It sounds really boring. I bought a Hoover the other day,
you
and I
sorry,
was
you bought a
thinking,
what?
A Hoover,
Hoover. Yep,
yeah,
yep.
a vacuum, and I was putting it all together, and I was just thinking, I paid 100 quid for this, and I know exactly how much this must have cost to put
Exactly.
together.
It's then you start negotiating better prices and you start finding, oh yeah, this is how much it costs. I'm gonna negotiate with you all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, 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 I know that feeling very well. Okay. Yeah. So shopping for Hoovers. Okay. That conversation turned for different. Didn't see that one coming. Okay. So yeah, can you take me through a day in the life of your current role?
No day's the same. Let me just
Okay.
say
Yeah.
that out there. I'd say the bare bones of my day is I come in straight to a production meeting where we discuss what's happening throughout the day, if there's any challenges, anything that needs doing urgently. I mean, it's everyone from every area. So sales, me, all the line leaders, production leaders, and all that. And then we just discuss what we're going to do for the day and in the short-term future what needs doing, blah blah blah. And then I do my chasing, I do my computer work and stuff, and then yeah, there's always a few challenges that arise during
Yep.
the day, and they're always different. Some are
Yeah.
the same, but always different, and always, especially me being very new to the role, I've not
Yep.
even been doing it a year yet, so they're all learning curves.
Yep. Indeed. Indeed.
Yep.
So who's the one that's causing you the most trouble over there? The headaches.
Name names, but well, I work very close with production,
Okay.
so
Okay. Understood. Enough said. Yep. Mr. DJ. Yep. Okay. Yeah. I'll let him know that. Don't worry.
yeah, I will happily overhear. Yeah, Andy is the main cause of most of my problems.
As for me as well too. I get complaints about him all the time from around the world. People who've never met him is like, who the hell is this DJ that I keep on talking about? I tell him, and he tells me he's a really good DJ, and I'm like, prove it, Andy, prove it.
Yeah, I think that depends what music you're into.
Well, he's a house music guy.
Yeah. No, I always see him. He's always listening to it when he's working.
Yeah,
It's no offense, Andy. It's not a bit of me, but you know
but
that.
do you see him bouncing to the music? Like, I don't see that.
Oh, it's hilarious to be honest.
Yeah, yeah. Like,
I'll film it next time and send it to you.
yeah, please do. I'll put it on our corporate website. Have fun at Season Group. This is the type of work we do here. Yeah. But yeah, okay. So when COVID-19 first broke out, how did you feel?
To be honest, I think I was a bit probably naive to it all.
Okay.
Thinking, oh, it's not going to last long. I mean, the first lockdown for the UK was 3 weeks, and I personally took that as that's it, 3 weeks done and over.
Yeah.
But yeah, especially because it was, I think the UK was probably one of the last people to really do anything about it. To be honest,
Yep. Yep.
just being very naive and probably very British and being like, oh, no, it's nothing to worry about. And then the longer it went on, the more you realise actually this needs to be taken really seriously and
Yeah.
needs to be something done about it.
Yeah. 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 Because I think yeah, you're definitely too young to remember SARS.
Yeah.
But when SARS hit in 2003, it was in Hong Kong, it was in China, it leaked into Canada as well too. And so for me, that's when I was first exposed to SARS. Not actually, but then the news itself, and we knew it was a big deal then. And when when COVID hit this time, we knew it's a big deal as well too.
Yeah.
But I can understand for the rest of the world where if you've never lived through SARS, it's hard to understand COVID.
But the only
So
one I lived through was Ebola, and then that was just the African state, wasn't it? So, and it was
yeah,
really consumed. So that's what I sort of
yeah,
thought this one would be. But then you see it spreading across everywhere. You're like, oh,
yeah. But so that's why like I think you can't call yourself naive by any means. I think because you've never experienced it, you've never been exposed to it, so it's new for everyone, right?
yeah,
So I think we're just dealing with it as we go along. But definitely, I wouldn't say it's a naive. I think it's just um,
British.
yeah, British. Yeah, indeed. Yes. Okay. But yeah, it's been a year now.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
Um, that's a tough one. I don't like it, obviously,
Of course.
and but I just think now you just need to just listen to what people are saying, and then the sooner everyone does that as a collective, the sooner it'll be over and done with. It just really annoys me when you see people not doing it, or like not following the guidelines, or just not really giving a crap,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I just think as soon as it's done, the better. But I understand it's going to be a long, long process. I think we're going to be seeing this for years, to be honest.
Well, I hope you're wrong. Uh, hope you're wrong. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think if we all work together, it'll be over quickly. First off, it's been great news to hear that the UK was the first country to start vaccinating people. So that's nice. Um, as long as the people do take up the vaccination,
Mhm.
that will help. And I think as long as we are diligent and not, but we should all still keep on wearing masks until everyone's vaccinated.
Yeah,
Um,
I agree.
then we're safe. But then it's not just one country. I think every country needs to work together
Mhm.
in order to eradicate this pandemic. So yeah, I think my my hope is for everyone to just to cooperate. I think
Yeah.
so. Yeah,
I think it's going to be very hard though. I think it's human nature.
indeed. Like so, I don't know. I'm naive in that sense. I think there's a possibility that we will be able to work well together on this. So yeah, let's hope that happens. But in the meantime, it's been a year now. What have you been doing to cope with this new normal or the temporary normal?
I think work's helped me a lot because I've not had 1 day furlough throughout this whole thing.
Yeah,
So I think it's work's been good because it's the normal. It's normal. It's there. It's constant. I've got things to take my mind off it. Because my mum, she works in the healthcare department, so she's a
yeah,
nurse and she's been working very closely with COVID for
yeah.
since it's come. So I think I've been worried about that. And then both my brother and sister are very vulnerable.
Okay.
At the first lockdown, I live with my partner at the moment, and we live in a 1 bedroom flat, and we had my brother move in. So when everyone was working from home, my partner didn't work, he was on furlough. My brother didn't work, he was on furlough. And we're in a 1 bedroom flat. I had nowhere to go.
Yeah,
They were sleeping in all day, and I was there on my little laptop trying to not wake everybody up and everything. So I think it's just the support. I mean, having them both there through the beginning stage of it when it was getting proper, really, really serious, and it was complete lockdown, and the shops were only open for essentials. It really helped having people close to you and around you and supporting you. I think that's what has helped me the most, really, is my close family supporting me through it and knowing they're doing everything they can do to be safe and I'm doing what I can do to be safe. And then work has helped me a lot, just being the constant there and the normal and being able to keep my mind off things.
yeah.
I think that's helped. That's probably what's helped me the most, to be honest.
Okay, good. Yeah, I think certainly. I don't know about you, but I think everyone, many people have said they actually work a lot more now
Yeah,
during COVID than before COVID.
it's because you have nothing else to do when you go home, do you? You're like, oh, I'll just work a bit more. I'll make tomorrow easier, and it's never easier.
Indeed. Never easy, especially when it comes to manufacturing. There's always something new.
Pops up.
Yeah.
There wasn't the
So,
other day before, always.
all right. So working more, all right. But what have you learned throughout COVID? Sandwich side.
Sorry.
Sandwiches outside?
Pardon, what was that?
What have you learned throughout COVID?
What have I learned? I've learned.
All right, I can still hear the phone. Oh, there you go.
I've learned that I think a lot of people take their family for granted, or the knowing they're always going to be there and things. So I think what I've learned is just to appreciate people more and appreciate how they support you and what they do for you and how they help you.
Yep.
To be honest, I think yeah, it's just knowing, especially being a teenager. Well, I was a teenager. I still
So was
think,
I, by the way.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, my 21st birthday was over lockdown, so I don't count it at the moment.
Okay.
um. So yeah, so I think seeing them, being able to see them, it's really made you appreciate doing that and
Yeah.
like seeing your friends. Because before this most recent lockdown, we could see up to 6 people,
Okay.
and I just think just the freedom of just doing that is crazy. How much you just take for granted.
Yep.
In the old normal day-to-day life. So I think it's just made me learn how much the normal means to someone, and until
Yep.
it's taken away, you don't realize that. And it's made me realize how much family and friends do mean to you, and how much I think you just need them on a day-to-day, and you need that not constant, but you need that human interaction.
Yep.
I think, yeah, that's what I've learned the most, I guess, is just
Yeah. Well, and I think in your particular case as well, with your mother being a frontline worker, I think that accentuates the fact as well too. Like, have you been able to see her regularly, or has it been very rare?
So now it's more regular, but it's still, God, I can't remember the last time I was in my childhood home. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I see her probably about once a month. But at the beginning, I don't. She came to the front door to drop off some food, but she was about 4 meters away.
Yep.
And bless her, she loves her kids. Her kids are alive, so not being able to cuddle or kiss any
Yep.
of them was horrible.
Yep.
And especially my brother moving out, so she used to always have my brother at home. But when
Yeah.
he moved in with me, not even having a child home, she
So
found
he
herself very difficult.
so he moved out because your mother was staying at the home and she's working in hospital.
Yes, my
Okay.
mum did not want to give it to my brother because
Yep.
she's
Yeah.
still guilty as anything. But yeah, so
Yeah.
for her not having anyone there, it's just rubbish for her really.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
for the first, I think I probably see her within the first 3 months, probably about once or twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
So
was horrible.
because for her, she sees the real
Yeah.
situation, right? Where I think that's where you would get a lot of frustrated. We talk about the naivete in a sense where you know what's going on,
Yeah.
you know it's real, that
Mhm.
this is not a regular flu. So when you have friends or associates that are saying, "Oh, this is a blow by, it's nothing, you catch it, you're fine." Like, what do you say to those people?
I personally say grow up. I just think, yeah, it's just, I think it's not stupid, but I just think, yeah, it's just very idiotic to think that.
Hmm.
Especially, I mean, you think of what the government has done to put in place. Why on earth would they do that if it's not serious?
Yeah.
Like with this furlough scheme, why would they put the country in debt if it wasn't serious?
Yeah.
Why would they do that? I just think you need to wake up and realise
Yeah. Yeah.
what is going on. It's not just the UK either. It's just there is, for some people it's like a vendetta against just them.
Yeah.
Like not everyone's in the same boat, or
Yeah.
it really does wind me up.
The, it's a big issue, right? With Facebook and with YouTube and all that, the spreading of conspiracy theories.
Yeah, I saw it all at the beginning, especially
Yeah.
when everyone was wearing masks. They were like, the government's trying to control us wearing masks. How?
Yeah. The latest one that I saw was an article, quote unquote article, that states that the Pfizer vaccine actually sterilizes female and male. And so I actually got into an argument with of this article because she was very against the idea of the vaccination, and she said that's because it sterilizes women. And I had to point out to her, actually, you need to look at the source of your information.
Mm-hmm.
And the first thing you do is look at the website, right? Because this woman had posted a website. It's called Health and Money News, and but the domain name was healthandmoneynews.wordpress.com. So this was a blatantly a very low budget organization,
Mm-hmm.
probably a one-man band that created this website to generate traffic in order to benefit from the Google AdWords system,
Mm-hmm.
whereby they couldn't even afford an actual domain name that they could buy. or a hosting service. So it would therefore on WordPress.com, but many people don't understand that, and so they start spreading it. They forward it and post it on Facebook without vetting it,
Yeah.
and that's where it's dangerous, very dangerous.
Yeah, I see loads on my timeline on Facebook, and it's just you've got to really turn your blind eye to it, because otherwise I do think people will just fall into the trap and go deeper and deeper and deeper into it.
I take it a step further though, because in Facebook you have this service of flagging news articles.
Yeah.
So I'll go through and I'll flag it, I'll flag each one. So I'll spend 15, 20 minutes a day flagging fake news. I'm like, is there something better than I can do? I'm like, probably, but I think this is important.
Oh,
Yeah. So yeah, that's what I've been doing during COVID. I've been flagging fake news.
Well, at least someone's doing it, I guess.
I know. But yeah. All right. So in what ways do you think life will be changed after the pandemic?
One personal way I hope it has changed is the personal space. I quite enjoy the 2 meter distance. Because I see like pictures, or like I'll be watching a movie and everyone's crowded together, and I'm like, oh God, why is everyone so close? But I do think the hygiene aspect. I think the you gotta wash your hands every time you go into a shop and whatever. I do think that will stay, and I do think the restrictions on how many go into a shop, especially when you're like clothes shopping or whatever, you're not allowed they count you in and they count you out and stuff. I think that will stay. I think the better things will stay. So yeah, the hygiene, the space, the limits and stuff. I hope they stay, but I do think the majority of them will stay.
Yeah, I'm hoping that's the case too. So when this first broke out, I was in Hong Kong, but then in March timeframe, I went over to the U.S. and Mexico. And when I was there in LA, I was staying at a hotel, and I had the hotel buffet as well, and it was very scary. Up in the buffet, I saw a gentleman. He sneezed into his hand, and immediately he went for the buffet handle. I'm like, dude, I left the buffet after. I'm not eating here anymore.
No.
Right? Like
people, you don't know.
You don't know. Yeah. So.
Yeah. I don't like, because you think of how many people go and grab like the singular potatoes or whatever, and then you're sieving through them as well. And you think how many people have done that and just not washed their hands or whatever.
I know. Yeah.
It's not nice. I don't like that.
Yeah. I'm hoping that people do wash their hands more, because being a gentleman, being a man, I know how many people don't wash their hands after going to the washroom. I see them. It's frightening. I think the numbers are probably 50-50.
Oh no.
So I'm hoping after this, people actually wash their hands after every single time going to the washroom. Yeah. 50-50.
I just feel a bit like if I've been down in stores or whatever, and my hands, I just feel like they're a bit dirty. I always go and wash. I don't like the feeling of dirty hands.
Oh yeah.
That is my like pet peeve, is like when you see dirt under people's nails.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that really. Oh no, that's disgusting.
Oh yeah.
To me personally, that's one of my pet peeves.
I'll tell Paul to wash his fingers more.
Yeah. Thanks. I didn't want to say out loud, but.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So what's the first thing you want to do once the battle with COVID-19 is won?
Right. So I know everyone's been saying holidays, haven't they? Holiday.
They have 99%.
I'm going to be a typical Brit right now, and I'm going to say I can't wait to go to a pub with all my friends and have a bit of a piss up. I just can't wait for that moment where I can't just invite 2 people out, 3 people out. I can invite everyone out, and we can go to the local pub and we can drown our sorrows. Like typical Brits we are. I can't wait for that.
That would be very nice. Yeah.
I cannot wait for that.
Drinking by the sidewalk and all that. I'm like, it should be safe, right? You're outdoors. That's a very British thing, by the way. Like drinking outside on the sidewalk of a pub. No other country actually enjoys that.
Really?
Like there's plenty of space indoors at the bar stools. No, I'll stand outside on the sidewalk, where I can tell you people peed on that sidewalk the night before, but you're standing there and you're drinking.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
that's
pretty
us.
sick. Yeah.
I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed.
I know. Okay. So Christmas.
Mhm.
Any plans?
Yes, my mum has the first Christmas off in about 10 years. So we've got the government have said you can go to different households for Christmas. So we are going to go around my mum's for Christmas dinner. And
Much
that is
deserved.
it. Yeah.
Much deserved. Yeah. Can't say enough about that. Frontline workers, the sacrifice they've made,
Mhm.
both being so close to the proximity, but also more importantly, not being able to see family members and hugging them and taking care of them and loving them.
Yeah.
Huge sacrifice.
Yeah,
And
she's also finishing. She's been at uni for the last 2 years as well, doing
okay.
a degree. She's
Yeah.
just finishing that, I think, next March.
Yeah.
So I think she's working about 5 days her normal job, and then she's doing 1 day at uni. So she's doing 6 days, and she's been
Wow.
doing that for about 2 years now. And then there's COVID on top. I think, bless her.
Yeah.
I think she deserves to see her family on Christmas Day.
I agree. I agree. Yeah. So you enjoy that.
I will.
Um,
She's
yeah.
making the most of me.
Don't pull your laptop. Don't do work that day. Focus on Christmas.
To be honest, Carl, I wasn't planning to.
All right. Make sure. I'll make sure Mike doesn't let that happen. I know how much he forces people to work. He's a horrible boss like that.
Oh yeah, he's terrible.
He's terrible. I
Absolutely
know.
terrible.
Next to Andy, he's the second guy getting the most complaints about.
Oh really?
Yeah.
That's
Well,
not surprising.
I know. I know. Yeah. So, all right. Message. What do you want to say to fellow colleagues around the world?
Um, obviously the stay safe for everyone's sake, and I say don't take your family for granted because I think this year's proved how human everyone is and how just make sure you make the effort and make sure you just spend as much time with them as you can. So
Hmm.
you always spend more time with your colleagues, which I think is strange, to be honest. You spend more time with your colleagues than you do your loved ones. So I think any spare moment you get, spend with your loved ones.
Well said. Well said. Yeah. Yeah. Can't top that. Can't top that. So I want to thank you, Tia, for all your hard work this year. I also want to thank your mother as well. She deserves to be applauded by everyone. It's a tough role that she's taking on, and without her and others like her, I think the world would be in a much worse place. I don't think they get enough credit
No.
for what they do, and I think it's certainly selfish for all those others who don't wear a mask and who
Mhm.
don't protect themselves because it's putting those people at risk and wasting their sacrifice. So, but yeah, I applaud your mother. I salute your mother. I thank her as well too. So thank you, Tia.
Thank you.
All right. Bye bye.
Bye.